Alright y'all, so welcome back to another one. This is going to be a super fun video series. This has actually been something that has been in the works for about 7.5 months. Really longer than that, but I've been searching really hard for 7.5 months. So, many of you guys that have followed this channel for a long time, you know that I like to take little trips, little adventures if you want to call it, whatever. Hunting trips, trapping trips, fishing trips, whatever. And I've done this for a long time, and I've used a multitude of different ways to stay. I don't like staying in hotels. A lot of places I go, you can't find hotels or anything. So I end up staying in, I originally started out whenever I built my blue boat. I actually made the trailer to where I could put a slide-in camper. I'll throw a picture of that up there. My truckless slide-in camper. Used that for, several years there. It works great for fishing. A little more difficult in the wintertime because it's a little cramped for all the gear that you need in the colder weather. Ran with that for a little bit. Last year you guys followed along and I took my 10x6 utility work trailer and I made that into living quarters and I drug it all over the country. Actually ended up staying in that thing for almost 40 nights, all said and done throughout the course of the year. Did great. Not quite what you need for minus 20, minus 30 weather. You just have to bring so much stuff in with you. It gets a little cramped, but it still worked out great. During the summer, a lot of times on my weekend fishing trips and stuff, I just end up staying in the back of my truck. I've got a topper or camper shell, whatever you want to call it, on the back of that. That works great for a night or two, but once again, still a little cramped. So last fall, I started really searching for something that would fit my needs better. And I'm happy to tell y'all, I found it. So what we have right here is what is going to be my new summer project, y'all. This is a 2002 International 4300. So this is what you would more call a medium duty vehicle. 26,000 pound gross vehicle weight. It's got a 16 by 8 foot box on it. This is a real truck to take places and do what I need to do with it. Okay, so many of you guys know I haul my big blue boat around that I built a few years ago. The thing weighs 5,500 pounds. It takes a little bit to pull it and pull it safely. Over the last few years, I've found a passion of traveling out west and hunting out there and trapping out there. I've either taken my pickup truck, with the slide-in camper, or with my little trailer. Problem is, you really need another vehicle out there. It just, whenever I go out there, I usually go out there by myself, and it's just the sense of security and safety factor of having another vehicle or another mode of transportation rather is critical to me. Not only that, I need something that I can live in, these minus temperatures, below zero, well below zero temperatures. So this is what I came up with right here. I looked long and hard for a vehicle that would suit my needs, and this is what I've got. So, like I said, we've got a 2002. Why is that important? That's important to me because I wanted something that was pre-emissions. Okay, so there's no DEF, there's nothing. This is pre-emissions. It's not a straight mechanical motor, but it's really close to it. So this motor, if you're unfamiliar, this is a DT466. This motor is called the Legend because of its durability and dependability. There are 2+ million of these trucks on the road, which means you can get parts for it anywhere. Parts are cheap. There are lots of these trucks that have 750,000 miles plus on them, and they're still going down the road. This motor originally was a tractor motor. This motor was 1,600 pounds, and this particular model is only making 190 horse. So it's a very underutilized motor. It's way overbuilt, I guess would be the proper term. This is the motor that they use a lot in pulling tractors that make 3,000-4,000 horsepower. You can make this motor make a couple thousand horsepower pretty easy, and we're doing under 200, so should last a good long time. We got a nice Allison 4-speed with overdrive automatic transmission, sitting on 22.5. So this is a safe vehicle, right? We got air brakes on this thing. Great. For those of you wondering, this is actually technically a non-CDL truck. Doesn't matter to me. I've had my Class A CDL since I was 18. So I'm going to retitle this thing after I get it done to an RV, which won't really matter anyway. But in case you guys are wondering, that's that. Okay, so why did I pick this truck over something else? I start, like I said, this is not something I did on a whim. I searched for 7.5 months for this particular style of truck. I went back and forth between box trucks, vans, short buses, shuttle buses, everything. I wanted something that I could work on. I wanted something that was easy to build out, and this fit the build. I also wanted something that was safe. You know, you've got the air brakes, you got the weight, you can put some stuff behind it. A lot of your box trucks and vans, you know, they're kind of made to pull themselves, and then once you put a lot of weight behind them, it gets a little unsafe. So this thing it won't feel if I put my boat behind it or truck behind it. I want to address the fuel situation. While I haven't had this thing out on the road quite yet, my truck that I pull everything else with is a 01 3/4 ton Chevy Duramax with a 6.7 in it. That truck gets 19-20 mile a gallon empty. You put something behind it and it drops down to about 11.5 mile a gallon. I've pulled many different things with it. This truck right here should get pretty comparable mileage to that, so I'm not really losing that. So anyway, talk about it a little bit. I've had this truck for about a month, and I honestly have been so busy with other things I haven't done anything. I found it, I bought it, I parked it in my front yard, it became a yard ornament. So this is one of the things that I want. And like I said, I know my issues are a little different than other people, but you know, if I want to work on this truck, there you go. I can actually turn the wheel and it's here. So to me, that means a lot. To have the ability to work on your stuff. That's always been something. I drive older stuff. I mean, that's just what I want to be able to work on it. And this thing is easy to work on. It's a fleet vehicle. Parts are easy to get. It's not some weird name or anything. So, yeah. Give you guys a look at it. This was actually an old service truck. So this is a grocery store, kind of halfway local to my area, and this was one of their service trucks that service their over-the-road semis and stuff. So that's what I bought. I'll show you guys here whenever I do the walk around, but it's set up very nice for what I'm going to do to convert it. So that's kind of the outside. I'll give you guys a little walk around and we'll jump in, but this is just going to be a walk around video, and then we'll slowly proceed into the you know, the build outs as this series. It's going to definitely be a cool series. So, you know, like I said, you can see a lot of the covers and stuff I've taken off. Like I said, I haven't worked on it too much, but we've got secondary batteries there. This thing's got a 3,000 watt built-in inverter in it. You guys will see in a minute. Like I said, remove those steps. The truck is actually very clean. I don't think it saw much winter usage, but we've got this big brow on the front of it. It's kind of unique to this style of truck. Should help with mileage, and it gives me a lot of room inside. I've been acquiring things. One of the things that I wanted in this vehicle is traveling out west, the critters get bigger, which means if you hit them, they hit harder. So I actually found this this bumper guard. I found it for 50 bucks on Marketplace. So that's awesome. Gonna install that. I've been slowly dragging parts home. So this is the passenger side entrance here. You can see we've got this awesome sliding door, heavy duty door. That's going to be great to get into. And then we've got a you know, nice big set of aluminum steps here. Coming around the side, we got a fuel tank. You'll notice that on the opposite side of the truck, we had these similar doors. What's behind door number 1? Well, this is one of the reasons I bought the truck. Like I said, this was a service truck, and it came with all this stuff. So we've got a big Toledo gas compressor here. This is a 13 horse Kohler motor running that compressor. That is an expensive unit, and it's going to help me out because I'm going to sell it. So coming around back, we've obviously got the roll-up door on service trucks. We've also got a Maxxon 1,650 pound lift gate there that folds down. And then coming around the other side, we've got door number 2. What is behind door number 2? But it is a Miller Bobcat 250 welder generator. And man, as much as I want to keep this thing, I'm going to sell it too and offset the cost of this truck. This welder generator has 52 hours on it. That tells you how much this thing was used. How cool is that? Alright, so that's it. Like I said, you can see the cover I took off for the batteries. We got main batteries and the air tanks there. But anyway, that's the outside of the truck. Let's jump inside real quick, and I'll show you guys kind of what the plan is. So we got a little jump seat here we'll remove. This is the interior. air ride seats, cruise control, pretty nice. We've got a big door here that slides, so that'll be nice whenever we finish out our box. This is the interior, the big brow, so we'll be able to insulate this and have additional storage here. So this was pretty much just a service truck that they just decommissioned. They left a lot of their stuff in here. Let me just turn on the lights. Those two batteries I showed you outside feed into this 3,000 watt inverter. Everything on this truck works. So throw that inverter on, and you can see it got bright because they had it wired up with some old-timey fluorescent lights. These are all going to go away, but the fact that we can, you know, wire this thing in and it came with that inverter is definitely a plus. Okay, so we got two of these big boxes here. This is the compressor and this is the generator. Obviously those are going to go away. I got a bunch of storage and shelving and stuff that was left over. You know, but anyway, it's an 8x16 box, full 8 foot. So you got, I mean, you know, I can just barely reach the top. So you got a ton of room, right? Aluminum floor, fiberglass box with FRP on the side of it. Been acquiring things. It also came with a set of torch hoses, so that's cool. So I've been slowly acquiring things over the last month to build this thing out to be a camper. Good marketplace finds here. We got a nice water tank. Picked up a fridge, freezer. This is a propane and 12-volt fridge freezer. Picked that up for nothing, basically. I got a 3-burner stove and oven, so all these things are going to eventually go in here. Aluminum floor we got a wheel wells that are like 4 inches up. So the plan is to take out that roll-up door, frame up a wall, frame up the floor to where I can insulate the bottom of it and bring it up to the top of the wheel wells. That way it will be flat in here. We're also going to frame out the walls and insulate those. There's already some insulation in there. It's about 1 inch thick, but we're going to insulate even more. Make this thing, you know, minus 40 proof. That's the whole deal. Everything in this camper is going to be contained inside. So all the heating, all the water systems, everything is going to be inside where nothing can freeze. That's a big thing. And like I said, I know it's kind of an uncommon deal, but for me, that's what I need. Also, what we have kind of cool here is we've got this heater. So this is actually routed from the motor. You're taking coolant off of the motor, routing it into a radiator here. It's got 2-speed fans behind it. So I can actually be going down the road and heating this box, which is really cool on long road trips. You'll be able to preheat your box and basically, you know, park anywhere you want and it'll be warm. Oh, I got a pump too. Been acquiring a lot of stuff. Haven't got anything done, Matt. Been acquiring a lot of stuff. So anyway, that's it, guys. Quick floor plan and then I'll let you guys go. But anyway, we're going to take this box here and we're going to take it out, shove it to the back. That way I have a garage. I'm thinking shower, countertops with sink, stove, everything. On this side, we'll have a little table with bunk beds, set of bunk beds here, and then we'll have over here, we're going to have some living quarters, if you want to call it, and then right here in the front, close to the door, we're going to have the wood stove. So we're going to have 3 sources of heat in this thing. We're going to have a wood stove, we're going to have a propane furnace, and we're also going to have a diesel heater. So important things whenever you're dealing with those kind of cold temperatures. I've experienced them. This is not something I've jumped into. I feel like I know what I need to do to go into it. This is going to be an awesome project, y'all. Follow along. I am going to do step-by-step, hopefully pretty accurate videos where you guys can put your opinions in and everything else. But hey man, this is going to be awesome. So anyway, this is my new project. It's my tiny semi. Check that out, y'all. Alright, if y'all are new to the channel, be sure you subscribe so where you can get updates whenever I do this kind of stuff. It's going to be an awesome series. If you've been here, you know what you're going to get into. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait to share this project with y'all. As always, appreciate the view. See you on the next one.